Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to our grade 5 coding class for today, 22 July 2020. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mike Geldenaes, and today we will be focusing on our conditionals, and we're going to be doing the while loops with our farmer. Okay, so yesterday we looked a little bit at our if-else loops with the bee and her flowers and honeycombs. So today we are going to go to our little farmer and we are going to look at our while loops. While there is a condition, then our farmer will perform a certain action. So I'm actually just getting everything ready on my side. I hope everybody had a wonderful day today and that we are going to have fun. I wonder how many of you tried, because I didn't receive anything on my side, but I wonder how many of you did the homework challenge I gave yesterday and were able to solve that. So I hope that you guys actually do try these puzzles and that you get some of the answers. I still want to encourage you guys to send me the puzzles after you've done them so that I can see what you do and see where you struggle. So I'm really encouraging you guys. Take down my email address, keep it on a piece of paper, take a picture of it with your phone so that you have it. And then once you finish the puzzles, take a picture of it and email it to me. I really, really want to receive some feedback from you guys. Even if you guys just want to say hi, then that would be great. Okay, so guys, let's move on to our second slide and see what today is all about. So there we go. So our objectives for today is to distinguish between loops that repeat a fixed number of times and loops that repeat as long as a condition is true. So up until this point, we've been doing, if we've used a loop, we've added in 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, whatever you wanted to do or what your objective or your goal required you to do. But now we might come across values that are unknown and we don't know how many times an action needs to be repeated. Okay, and that is when we use our while loop. So while there is something to do, our character will perform that action. And then as soon as that action is finished, then only move on to a new action. Okay. Then our second objective is use a while loop to create programs that can solve problems with unknown values. Okay, so that's going to come quite in handy once we start running our programs, to how to use a while loop. Okay, guys, and then what is the purpose for using a while? Let's do the vocabulary first. Coding, for those of you not sure, coding is the process of creating instructions for computers using programming languages. And then, as I mentioned, the language we are currently using here in code.org is called Blockly. Okay. Also, sequencing. Sequencing is the process of combining things in a particular order. Okay. Yes, guys, please pay attention for me. Remember, once, especially when we start on code.org, I don't want you guys to chat in the chat box too much. Otherwise, because I can't see both. I only see one comment come in at a time. So if it's too busy, I might miss something. Okay, guys, and then let's quickly look at some more words. A condition. A condition is a statement that a program checks to see if it is true or false. If true, an action is taken, otherwise it is ignored. And remember our example of the apple tree, and the objective is to pick all apples. You will pick apples until there are no more apples in the tree. Once there are no more apples, only then will you move on to the next tree. Okay, so guys, that is a condition. Next one is a loop. And you guys are quite familiar with loops already. We've been dealing with loops almost from the start. That is just an action of doing something over and over again. And then here we go. Here's our while loop. A while loop is a loop that continues to repeat while a condition is true. Okay. And the purpose for a while loop, that is just so that when we come across problems where a command needs to be repeated, but it is unknown how many times we need to repeat that command. So while loops are loops that continue to repeat commands while a condition is met. Okay. So what I will do now, this is what our while loop or our while repeat block looks like. And for today, we are going to deal with our little farmer, like I mentioned, and she is going to come across some problems where she has a whole bunch of piles of dirt in her way, or she will have some holes in the ground that she would need to fill. So our while block, the code in a while conditional block runs while a condition is true. Okay? So while there is a pile, our little farmer will move it or remove it. Okay? So sometimes it will just take one scoop. Sometimes it can take up to 7, 8 scoops. Just depends on how big the pile is. Okay? Or how big the hole is, how many scoops she needs to put inside. Okay, it will continue performing that command until it is no longer true. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, if you guys give me a moment, I'm going to move over to code.org and then I'll copy the link for you, and then as soon as you guys are in, you can just let me know. So let me go to code.org quickly and change screens, and then I will share it with you. Sorry guys, it just seems to be opening a little slowly. As soon as I'm in, I'm going to share the link with you. Okay, seems like something is happening right now. There we go. So I'm just still waiting for the link to generate on my side, guys. As soon as it generates, I'm going to share it with you. Okay, here we go. Okay, guys, I'm posting the link for you in the chat box, and I see my screen still hasn't changed. So let me just quickly try and share my screen again. Okay, so it's still not changed. I'm just going to try again, guys. Sometimes there are a few glitches. I'm just going out and going back in again. Share, let's try and share it again. Oh, there we go. I can see you guys. I can see that you guys can see my screen now. So let's quickly look at what our instructions are. Our instructions: hi, I'm a farmer. I need your help to flatten the field on my farm so it's ready for planting. And move to the pile of dirt and use the remove block to remove it. Okay, and I see Luyanda is in, Sakura is in, Vasedi is in, Ntando. Okay, so everybody seems to be in. Then I can continue. Okay, Bonono, there we go. And I just want to find out, I see Tafika is having some problems hearing. Everybody else, the sound is okay on your side. And Sakura is also in. Okay, guys. So I'm a farmer, and let's make this a little bit bigger. Pretty easy what we're going to do right now. We're just going to move to the pile, and we can see down here, there's a number 1. So as soon as we've got the number, we know exactly how many times our little farmer would have to remove that pile. And once we start seeing little question marks, then we have to start thinking about how are we going to solve this problem by removing piles or filling holes. Okay, guys, and I'm going to ask you guys to keep the videos off. Otherwise, I'm going to block everybody, and you will only be able to chat with me. So please, otherwise, because it does affect how well the connection is between everybody. So let's keep the videos down. And okay, what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to block everybody's chat, and you will only be able to chat to me. Okay, there we go. So guys, we are just going to move. We will continue on our, remember what I always say, let's just start coding block for block and actually see what we need to do. And Sakura said she's done. So what we will do, what do we need to do to move all the way here? We need to move 1. We counted out 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So remember, if we move, we can just move 4 times like that. But if we want to use as few blocks as possible, we will start using our repeat. But we can see this puzzle is an open puzzle. It doesn't require a certain amount of blocks. So whether you do it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you use a repeat and repeat that 4 times, it is up to you. But we also have to remember, if we look inside our toolbox, let me throw everything away quickly. Inside our toolbox, we see that we have only 1. They only want us to use 1 move forward block. So I'm going to repeat that, type it in 4 times, move. Now, once we get right to the end, what are we going to do? Let's check our toolbox. Our toolbox only has 1 action, and the action that it has inside is remove 1. So all I have to do is drag that into place, and we can run our code. And I see Faith just joined us. Faith, I'm going to share the link with you now. I'm just going over to puzzle number 2. There we go. I've shared that. You're welcome, Faith. Okay, guys. So here also, remember, the first couple of puzzles are normally very easy. It's just for us to get into the hang of things, practice what we have done previously. And here we can see our hole in the ground has a number 6. So we will have to put 6 scoops of dirt inside this hole. And then if we go back to our toolbox, we will see now we have an additional command, fill 1. Okay, so we had remove on the previous puzzle, and now we have fill 1. Again, we only need to move 1 spot forward. And now we are going to repeat our command, not our movement, move forward, but our command. How many times are we going to repeat that? 6 times. And then we have to decide which command do we want. And we want to fill. And I see Sakura doesn't have any problems with these puzzles so far, being able to do 1, 2, and 3. Okay, puzzle number, wow, it loads so slowly today. I wonder what's going on. Puzzle number 3. Let's just make that a little bigger for everybody. Now there we have a nice big pile of dirt that she needs to move in her field. And we can see the number 10. Okay, so move, let's read our instructions. Move the pile of dirt to tell me how many shovelfuls to remove. Use as few blocks as possible to solve this puzzle. And now we can see in this puzzle, they only want us to use 4 blocks. Okay, so what are we going to do? Firstly, we see our character is facing the right direction. We are just going to move her forward. And then we are going to remove 1, but we have to repeat that action 10 times. We will run and we will see what's going to happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go, all the way down to 0. Okay, so those were all nice and easy. That was just for us to practice our loops. And here we go. Here they are going to introduce the while loop. So for those of you that want to, you can quickly watch the video. It's not, the videos inside are not very long. They're only about a minute. So take the time, watch the video, see what they explain. We've done it, I've explained it in my slide as well, but maybe if you watch it in a video, it will give you an extra idea of how to solve or how to use these blocks. But I'm going to move on straight away to puzzle number 5. And we only have a question here. And I'm going to ask you guys the question, and you have to tell me. Look closely at the code below. What will happen after you click run? A, nothing will happen. B, the farmer will never stop removing dirt. The farmer will remove dirt as long as there is a pile, then stop when the pile is gone. Or I don't know if you don't know. So let's look at our code. It says run, move forward, and then while there is a pile, remove 1. So I want everybody to answer quickly in the chat box. You can say A, B, C, or D. So let's see, what do you think will happen when we use this while block? Sakura C, Lesedi C, Karini, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Or Karine C, Bunono is not sure. Okay, and it's Marina. I'll try to remember that. Okay. And let's see, Ntando says C. Great. Yes, guys, it will be C. Remember, Now we are not going to put in a number of times because sometimes we don't know. Yes, here they told us that there were 8, and we could have used a normal repeat block. So, but this is now where they are introducing our while block. So I'm going to be right with you. I see Faith has got a question for me. I'm going to be with her now. And Karen is Karina. Okay, guys. If I mix up your names because I can't remember different ones, it's okay. Don't be mad at me. I will try to remember everybody. Karina's Karen. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to try and remember that. Let's run and see what happens. And then I am going to go to Faith. Let's see quickly. And I've unmuted Faith. Hi, Faith. How are you?
Hello, sir.
How are you doing today, Faith?
Fine, thanks. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today, Faith?
Sir, you keep on glitching and I get out of the lesson and I'm struggling to come back in. And then I keep on losing the link.
Okay. Maybe I did ask. It doesn't seem like anybody else is having some problems. So I'm not sure. Maybe if you can try and move on your side a little bit. So I think it's maybe on your side. Otherwise, what I can suggest, if you're struggling too much, if it kicks you out, maybe for today, just follow us on the Zoom, or if that helps. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Faith.
Send me the link.
I will send it again. Yes, no problem. Okay, guys, so we're moving on to puzzle number 6. Let me just share the link again. There we go. Okay, guys, now here we've got the same problem. It's basically the same puzzle. It's now just here they are introducing the question mark to us. So they've introduced the question mark, and now we will see. And we have all the options. We've got the normal repeat, which now we can't use because we don't know how many scoops it will take to remove this pile. Okay, so this repeat will unfortunately not work because we can see we can only assign a specific value to this repeat block. So I have to use our while. While there is a pile, I just want to show you inside as well. Remember, we will have drop-down arrows, that there are certain other commands that are, or certain other objects or commands hidden within our loops. And this one, we can see we'll be using 3 different ones, or there's a possibility of using 3. It's while there is a pile, while there is a hole, and while path ahead. Okay. Okay, guys, and if I just want to ask, if you guys work out in front a little bit, I want you to just be a little bit patient. We will get to that puzzle and then I can help so that we don't hop around too much between the puzzles. And I can also see where you guys get stuck. So let's quickly finish puzzle 6 and then I'll move on. And then I know some of you are out ahead, and then we will look at those puzzles. Okay, so let's move forward. And I see we've got some extra students joining us and asking for the code. Let me just do that as well. There we go. Okay, guys, so first of all, we move forward and we are going to, while there is a pile, move dirt. Now remember, I quickly want to show you something. I want to take, because I don't want the code to finish, I'm going to take out move forward. I'm just going to put that in there because I want to show you guys something quickly. Every time we press run, the value will change. Oh, it's not going to work like that. Let me put it in. I'll just go back every time. Let's reset and run. Oops, I see my problem. I've got, see what I did? I put a move forward in my while there is a pile. I should remove. Sorry, guys. See? Let's see. Now, there we go. And our 10, 9, 8. So this time there were 10 scoops that we had to remove. If I reset, I was too slow. I didn't. Let me go back to, you will see, because the way code.org is written, they want us to solve the puzzles with this variable written into it. So we might think, okay, I can quickly run it and see how many there are, and I'll be able to write my code just using a normal loop. But because it changes every time we do the puzzle, we have to write our code in such a way that no matter what the value is, we will be able to solve that puzzle. Okay. So puzzle number 7. Okay, and then puzzle number 7, I am going to ask somebody to do it for me. And I think Sakura had her hand up. So let me go to Sakura, because I think she's actually already finished puzzle number 7. So she can definitely help us. I'm just trying to find her here. There we go. Okay, hi Sakura, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, Sakura, so you say you can help us to solve puzzle number 7?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so tell us, what will be the first thing we do? If we look at our puzzle, we see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piles, and 3 of them we don't know what we have, and 2 of them we've got 5. So what will we do, Sakura?
First, sir, you must move forward. So
Move
first,
forward. Okay, move forward.
And then we must then take the, while there is a pile to do.
What am I going to do?
And then you must say, you must put that
remove.
in. Yes.
Okay, great. I've got that inside, remove.
So you're gonna have to repeat
5. I put everything in the block. There we look at that.
Yes, sir.
Let's put that inside. And I'm going to run. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. Guys, so Sakura said 5 times because we've got 5 blocks, 1 or 5 piles. 1, 2. True. We will continue doing that same action. Now this one, look, let's read our instructions. Remember, we always have to read our instructions. Look at all those holes. Each one needs a different amount of dirt. You can use the while loop to easily fill them all. Okay, guys, if we get something like this where there's a whole bunch of holes and we are not quite sure what we do, remember what I always say, let's just code our first step. Okay, and I think maybe Bulelwa can also help us. I see she's got her hand up. Okay, or maybe there we go. Maybe that was the... Hi there, how are you, Bulelwa?
I'm fine, thanks, and you, sir.
Thank you. Can you solve this puzzle for us?
I don't think so, sir.
Not, okay, not a problem. Okay, guys, don't worry. I'm going to help you guys with this. So let's just do the first step. the first step would be to move forward. So let's do that, put that in place. Our next step, will we see that there is a hole in the ground and we need to fill the hole. So what are we going to do? While there is a hole, we are going to fill that hole. Okay, and remember, you can run your code as many times as you want just to check that what you've got is correct and working. There we go. Great. We are up until that spot over there. Our code works perfectly. So now we can also see where we are and what we still need to do. So what are we going to do next? We are going to turn, because now we want to come down to this hole. So who can quickly tell me, I want to see you guys type in the chat box for me, which way am I going to turn, left or right? Lesedi said right. Karina said right. There we go, guys. Well done. Yes, we are going to turn right. Bulelwa right. Let's move that into place. Right. And then we are just going to move forward again. And we can reset anytime we want to see what we've added. If what we've added is working, great, there we go. So once we are on that position, what do we want to do? We want to fill that hole. So let's do that as well. While there's a hole, let's fill the hole. And then let me ask again, now that we're coming down this way, I want to turn again. So which way am I going to turn now? If my character is facing down and I want to turn this way, which way will I turn? There we go. And Karina and Lesedi said we are going to turn left. Let's reset and run. Everything is perfect so far. No problems. Okay, guys. Now we are at a point where we see, okay, I was one step up from where I am now. And now I can see that every time I am just going to move one step down, one step down. Even if you didn't spot that, you know what, the little steps are repeating themselves, and you started to write your code. If we had to do something now, what would we do next? We would need to move forward. While there is a hole, fill. And then you might pick up, wait a minute, I see something happening here. Which way am I going to turn here? I'm going to turn right. And then I see, okay, wait. Hold the horses. If I take all this and I put it up here, I can see that I'm starting to write the same code. Move forward, while there is a hole, fill, turn right. If I did that and I needed to move again, what is going to happen? I would have moved forward. So I can see that this entire code is starting to repeat. Okay, look at that. And we've got the steps. If you saw the steps, then you might have figured out that there is going to be a pattern here, and we are going to repeat the same actions over and over again. So now the only thing we need to decide is how many times are we going to do this process. So here we've got 1, this one is 2, 3. So let's try. And even I want to show you, even if you make a mistake, let's say I just counted 1, 2, 3. I'll put that in and I'm going to put everything inside a repeat. And let's change that to 3. Reset and run. Okay, let's see. There we go. And Sakura is done. She's finished it on her side. Perfect. Look at that. 3 times we've gone through. I'm just going to show the code for those of you that might have not finished yours. So there we go, guys. Always start your code block by block and run your code all the time to see where you are and if what you've got works. Once you've done that and you continue coding and you couldn't spot a pattern, then you would, like we realized, look at that. It is once we started coding, we saw that, hey, this code is the same as the one I just wrote. And then we put them next to each other. We check, okay, it's the same thing. Then we nest. Remember, when we put a loop within a loop, we nest like a little bird and its eggs, nested inside another loop, which we are just going to repeat over and over. Okay, and I think maybe we've got time for one more. So let's quickly reset, or not reset, let's go on to the next one. And I think actually what I want to do is, I'm not going to help you with this one. I'm going to ask you guys to do this one for me as a homework puzzle. Then we will do this one first thing in class tomorrow. But let's just quickly look to see if I can help you guys out with some clues. Now they say fill the hole at the end of each of these paths, okay? You'll need to use the while path ahead. So here they're giving you a clue, while path ahead block, in order to solve this puzzle. Did you guys read that carefully? Because look at what they've given us. They've only given us 6 blocks to solve this puzzle. And they've only given us 1 move forward and 1 repeat. So guys, you have to solve it by only using 1 move forward, 1 repeat. There are some tips if you require tips to solve this. And I really want to see if anybody can solve this puzzle by only using 6 blocks. Now remember, if you can, please send it to me and I'll share it with everybody in class tomorrow. And then if I could, I would have given you a chocolate, but unfortunately we're online and virtual. So maybe I'll just give you a virtual chocolate and I'll just put your name on it and you just have to imagine what it tastes like. So you guys can send it to me. I'm going to paste my email address in the chat box again. So if you can just want to copy that, but I will also show it to you on the screen so that you can take a picture. Keep it on your phone, guys. There we go. I've just pasted it inside the chat box. mgeldenes81@gmail.com. And then I want to see who can solve this. Okay, so let me quickly change my screens again. I'm going to go to my slideshow. There we go. And I want to share this quote again with you guys from Maria Claw. And she says, coding is today's language of creativity. So guys, be creative and solve that problem for me. And please send me your answers. I'm going to share the link for the puzzle one more time, just so that if any of you might have gone ahead or were able to solve it, just so that you can have it again. And there we go. There's the code again. You can click on the code, and then once you're done, take a picture or screenshot and send it to me on email. Okay, so, and there's my email address again, and also the school's email address. So if you guys want to, even if you guys have some questions and you just want to ask me something, by all means, guys, send me a mail, and then we can, I can help you out and guide you in your journey to coding. So then I just want to say, I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. So have fun, guys. Bye-bye.